Hello, friends. Welcome back to SWT English Learning. In this lesson, we're going to explore practical English sentences that you can use in real life, at home, at work, when shopping, eating out, or even making social plans. These sentences will help you sound natural, polite, and confident when speaking with others. Let's begin with everyday greetings and social openers, the phrases people use most often when meeting or reconnecting. Number 1. What a coincidence! This means you're surprised to meet someone in an unexpected place. Imagine you're traveling abroad and suddenly see your old schoolmate at the airport. You smile and say, "What a coincidence! I didn't expect to see you here." This expression creates an instant bond because both people feel the surprise together. Number 2. How have you been? This means you want to know what's new in someone's life. Imagine you run into a colleague you haven't seen in months. Instead of just saying hi, you can ask, "How have you been?" It's warmer than "How are you?" and usually leads to a longer, more meaningful conversation. Number 3. It feels like forever. This means you haven't met someone in a long time. When you meet an old friend after years, you can say with excitement, "It feels like forever." This phrase is filled with joy and nostalgia. It makes the other person feel special because you're acknowledging the long gap.
4. You look great, meaning a friendly compliment on someone's appearance or energy. Example, you meet a colleague after a holiday and you notice they look refreshed. You say, "You look great. Vacation must have been good for you." It's light, polite, and always appreciated. 5. How are things with you? Meaning, a polite way of asking how life or work is going. Example, on a video call with a client, you might say, "Good to see you again. How are things with you these days?" It keeps the tone professional yet warm. 6. Not too bad. Meaning, a modest response when someone asks how you're doing. Example, a friend asks, "How's life?" and you reply, "Not too bad, just the usual routine." It sounds relaxed and humble, neither overly happy nor negative. 7. Same as always, meaning nothing new has happened. Example, your neighbor asks, "How's everything?" and you laugh, "Same as always, work, eat, sleep, repeat." It's simple and natural. 8. I've been keeping busy, meaning you've had a lot to do recently. Example, when asked, "What's new?" you can say, "I've been keeping busy with work projects lately." It's polite and makes you sound active without giving too many details. 9. It was nice catching up, meaning a warm way to end a conversation. Example, after meeting an old classmate for coffee, you can say, "It was nice catching up. Let's do this again soon." It shows appreciation for their time. 10. Stay in touch, meaning let's keep communicating. Example, after chatting with a former coworker, you can say, "Stay in touch. I'd love to hear how things go with your new job." It's friendly and encourages future contact. Shopping is part of daily life, whether you're buying groceries, clothes, or electronics. Knowing the right sentences makes you sound confident and polite. Let's go through some essential ones. 11. Could you give me more details about this? Meaning, you want extra information about an item. Example, in a tech shop, you're comparing two different phones. Instead of saying, "What is this?" you can ask, "Could you give me more details about this model?" It sounds respectful and makes the salesperson more willing to help. 12. Does it come with a warranty? Meaning, you're asking if there's a guarantee for repair or replacement. Example, before buying a washing machine, ask, does it come with a warranty? This protects you in case the product breaks. 13. Are there any discounts available? Meaning, you want to know if you can get it at a lower price. Example, in a clothing store, you can politely ask, are there any discounts available today? It's professional and doesn't make you sound cheap. 14. Can I try this on? Meaning, you want to check if clothing or shoes fit before buying. Example, while shopping for jackets, you can ask the shop assistant, can I try this on? Always better than guessing the size.
That's a bit over my budget, meaning it's too expensive for you. Example, a seller shows you an item that costs more than expected. You can respond, that's a bit over my budget. Do you have something more affordable? It's polite and might help you get a better deal. 16. I'll think about it, meaning you're not ready to decide right now. Example, if a shopkeeper pushes you to buy, simply say, I'll think about it. It's a graceful way to walk away without sounding rude. 17. I'll come back later, meaning you're leaving but may return to purchase. Example, in a market you can say, I'll come back later. Sometimes sellers even lower the price when they hear this. 18. Do you have this in another color? Meaning you want the same item in a different style. Example, you like the shoes but only in black. Ask, do you have this in another color? Shops often keep more options in storage. 19. Can I return it if it doesn't fit? Meaning, you're asking about the return policy. Example, before buying shoes, ask, can I return it if it doesn't fit? This saves you trouble if the size is wrong. 20. I'll leave it, thank you. Meaning, you've decided not to buy. Example, in a store, after looking at several items, you can politely say, I'll leave it, thank you. It's short, respectful, and ends the conversation smoothly. That's the shopping and services section. Phrases that'll help you shop confidently, avoid awkwardness, and handle salespeople like a pro.
Eating out is one of the most common social activities. Whether you're in a cafe with friends, at a restaurant with family, or traveling abroad, these sentences will make your experience smooth and enjoyable. 21. Could we sit by the window, please? Meaning, you're requesting a specific seat. Example, when you walk into a restaurant, you can politely ask, could we sit by the window, please? It shows respect and increases your chance of getting a better spot. 22. I'll have the chicken pasta, please. Meaning, a polite way to order food. Example, instead of just saying chicken pasta, you can say, I'll have the chicken pasta, please. It's natural and works in both casual and formal settings. 23. Could you give us a few more minutes? Meaning, you need extra time before ordering. Example, the waiter asks for your order, but you're still deciding. Say, could you give us a few more minutes? This keeps the service polite and stress-free. 24. Can I have this to go? Meaning, you want to take the food with you. Example, after eating half your meal, you can ask, can I have this to go? In the UK, you'd say, can I have this as a takeaway? 25. Excuse me, I think this isn't what I ordered. Meaning, politely correcting a mistake with your meal. Example, If you ordered pasta but got pizza, calmly say, "Excuse me, I think this isn't what I ordered." This way, you stay respectful while solving the problem. 26. Is service included? Meaning, you're checking if the tip is already part of the bill. Example, in many European countries, some restaurants add a service charge. Before paying, ask, "Is service included?" This saves confusion about tipping. 27. Could I see the drinks menu, please? Meaning, you'd like to check available drinks. Example, instead of asking generally, be specific. Could I see the drinks menu, please? This works for wine, cocktails, or coffee. 28. I have a food allergy. Does this contain nuts? Meaning, you're checking for allergens in your meal. Example, if you're allergic to nuts, simply ask, "I have a food allergy. Does this contain nuts?" You can replace nuts with dairy, shellfish, or gluten. Restaurants always take this seriously. 29. Everything was wonderful, thank you. Meaning, showing appreciation after a good meal. Example, when the waiter clears your table, you can say, "Everything was wonderful, thank you." It's polite and leaves a positive impression. 30. Could we split the bill? Meaning, you want to pay separately. Example, after eating with friends, you can ask, "Could we split the bill?" It avoids confusion and makes payment fair for everyone. These simple but powerful phrases make dining out easier, whether you're ordering, requesting changes, or paying. With them, you'll always sound polite and confident in cafes and restaurants.
English in professional settings often sounds different from casual conversations. At work, you need to sound polite, clear, and confident. After that, we'll also look at phrases for making social plans with friends. Workplace and professional phrases. 31. Let's reconnect later this week. Meaning, suggesting a follow-up conversation. Example, in a meeting, you can say, "Let's reconnect later this week to review progress." It shows teamwork and professionalism. 32. Could you explain that a little more? Meaning, asking for clarification politely. Example, if a colleague says something unclear, you can reply, "Could you explain that a little more?" It avoids confusion and keeps the discussion respectful. 33. Just to confirm, the meeting is at 3, correct? Meaning, double-checking details. Example, before an important call, you can ask, "Just to confirm, the meeting is at 3, correct?" This prevents mistakes and shows you're organized. 34. I won't be able to attend, unfortunately. Meaning, politely saying you can't make it. Example, if you're busy, you can email, "I won't be able to attend, unfortunately, but please share the notes afterward."
35. Would it be possible to reschedule? Meaning, requesting a new time. Example, if another meeting clashes, say, "Would it be possible to reschedule?" It's polite and keeps the conversation professional. 36. I'll copy you in on this email. Meaning, adding someone to an email chain. Example, you might say to a coworker, I'll copy you in on this email so you have the details. This keeps communication transparent. 37. That's an excellent point. Meaning, showing agreement and respect. Example, in a group discussion, say, that's an excellent point. I hadn't considered it that way. It encourages others to contribute more. 38. Let's set that aside for now. Meaning, pausing a topic. Example, in a meeting that's running long, you can say, let's set that aside for now and return later. It keeps discussions focused. 39. I'm happy to take responsibility for this. Meaning, volunteering for a task. Example, when your manager asks who can lead a project, you can say, I'm happy to take responsibility for this. It shows confidence and leadership. 40. I'll get back to you on that. Meaning, you'll provide an answer later. Example, if someone asks you a question you don't know the answer to, say, I'll get back to you on that. It's better than guessing and keeps trust. Example 41. Are you free this weekend? Meaning, asking about availability. Example, you might ask a friend, are you free this weekend? Let's hang out. Example 42. Do you want to grab a coffee sometime? Meaning, suggesting a casual meeting. Example, after reconnecting with an old classmate, you can say, do you want to grab a coffee sometime? Example 43. Let me check my schedule. Meaning, you need to confirm availability. Example, if you're unsure about your calendar, you can say, let me check my schedule and get back to you. Example 44. I'll have to take a rain check. Meaning, politely declining but leaving the option open. Example, if you can't attend dinner, you can say, I'll have to take a rain check, maybe next time. Example 45. Let's see how it goes. Meaning, deciding later depending on the situation. Example, if you're unsure about your plans, you can say, let's see how it goes on Saturday. 46. That works for me. Meaning, agreeing with a suggestion. Example, a friend says, shall we meet at 6 p.m.? You reply, that works for me. 47. I'm not feeling up to it today. Meaning, politely saying you're not in the mood. Example, if you're tired, you can say, I'm not feeling up to it today. Can we plan for another time? 48. Could we push it back a bit? Meaning, requesting a later time. Example, if you're stuck at work, you can say, could we push it back a bit, maybe an hour later? 59. Let's pencil it in. Meaning, tentatively agreeing to a plan. Example, when making early arrangements, you can say, let's pencil it in for next Friday. 50. Looking forward to it. Meaning, expressing excitement about future plans. Example, after confirming a dinner date, you can end the chat with, looking forward to it. And that wraps up today's session with 50 powerful English sentences you can use in everyday life, from greetings and shopping to dining, workplace English, and making social plans. These expressions are not just words, they are tools that help you connect with people, build confidence, and sound more natural in conversations. Keep practicing them daily, and soon they'll become part of your natural speech. Thank you for learning with SWOT English Learning. Your journey to confident English starts here.